the most wonderful time of the year, the Steam Summer Sale 2025. So let's run down the best deals on offer. As usual, these rankings are based on a combination of the quality of the sale, how well the game reviews, as well as how new it is, because it's pretty easy for an old game to go on a good sale, as well as one or two other factors. Bias included, 30th place, let's come out swinging with the Talos Principle 2, the sequel to the Robo-Philosophy puzzle game, and people seem to regard it similarly well, because it's sitting at 95% overwhelmingly positive on Steam with over 11,000 reviews, and it was only released in 2023, so why is it this low then? Well, it's only 50% off. A lot of you will agree for that price, it can be bought. Absolute punishment. 29th place, let's do something obscure. On Guard, Bizarro-like, a cartoony and very fun-looking fencing brawler thing. It reviews well enough at 91% very positive, with over 3,000 reviews, and 70% off even though it was released only in 2023. I'm just putting it so low because it's kind of obscure. Yes, some of my reasoning can be rather flimsy, as you'll see with number 28, the infinitely more obscure Lesson Learned, tower defense game about a student who travels back in time and fights history in a tower defense fashion. So obscure it only has 6 reviews, but I included because it looks weird and fun. Its local co-op kinda reminds me of the design style Fly, was only released in 2024 and is 70% off. Of a full price, that's already quite small. It's giving obscure things some love. Speaking of, please consider liking and subscribing so that I can become less obscure. And please don't hesitate to comment any deals you think are particularly good. You might be helping someone else find a game they'd love. But no pressure though, I'm grateful you've even watched. Now let's slingshot to something much less obscure. Number 27, Guardians of the Galaxy. Very high-end and 90% off, and was only released in 2021. Not the newest thing, but it reviews very well, and 94% very positive, with over 30,000 reviews. What a quill. Absolute punishment. At 26th place, Tales of Kinzera, the emotional Metroidvania about a son trying to reclaim his father's spirit. Sure, it's only 60% off, and only reviews fairly well, at 82% very positive, with 739 reviews, but it has the unique bound to inspiration, and it was only released in 2024, worth giving a go. In 25th place, again, something much more well-known, and arguably more divisive, Deathloop, sitting at 77% mostly positive, with over 19,000 reviews. It's not the newest thing, as it was released in 2021, but it's always seemed cool to me. Very big ticket item, and it's 80% off, even though sure, the base price is high. There seems to be a lot of weird fun stuff you can do with it. 24th place, I love mentioning this one, Clash Artifacts of Chaos, the brawler with incredibly unique design. I believe it's even cheaper than it was last time I mentioned it, at 85% off. It's still quite young as it was released in 2023, and it reviews fairly well, at 93% very positive, if it only has 870 reviews. Come on, try this weird delightful thing out. In 23rd place, we have a more recognizable snack, Bugsnax, the game on an island where there are bug food hybrids, and when people eat them, one of their limbs transforms into that food. Worth a try just for the weirdness factor. Then you consider the fact that it's 70% off, even though the Steam release date was only 2022. Plus, it reviews very well for such an indie game, and 97% overwhelmingly positive, with over 6,700 reviews on Steam. Next up in 22nd place, we have something that's funnier, if not weirder, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, a game where you set wobbly units and have them kill each other. It's practically legendary for its ability to make people laugh. It isn't that new, as the release date on Steam is 2021. 66% isn't the best discount, but that's why this game is so low down, when it has kind of a legendary review score. 97% overwhelmingly positive, with over 127,000 reviews on Steam. You have any idea just how rare it is for that many people to agree on things? In 21st place, we have something decidedly less funny, Metal Hellsinger, the metal rhythm first-person shooter. I believe I mentioned this one in the spring sale too, but still relatively new as it was released in 2022, and still reviews well at 96% overwhelmingly positive, with over 13,000 reviews. 70% off is a good price for it. In 20th place, something much more narratively inclined, with Citizen Sleeper, and it seems like you play as a person stranded on a lawless space station, trying to survive through the choices they make. I believe I heard someone compare it to Disco Elysium, sort of. A lot of choices to make, if it isn't visually elaborate. I included this one because usually I like to include a visual novel or a point-and-click adventure game, and while this isn't exactly that, it's close in presentation. Plus, it was only released in 2022, is 70% off, reviews well at 93% very positive, with over 6,000 reviews. In 19th place, a good old cinematic platformer, Planet of Lana, with a bit more of a space theme going on here. This was only released in 2023, and already it's 75% off, and it reviews well as it has 93% very positive, with over 5,400 reviews on Steam. Next up, a bit of a wild one, Wrath Aeon of Ruin. Sure, it isn't the best retro shooter to result from the flood dust caused, 77% mostly positive, with over 1,700 reviews, but the Steam release date is only 2024, and already it's 80% off, so maybe give it a stab. Absolute punishment. Thanks for watching so far. Please stick around for about 18 seconds, it's intro time. 17th place, we have something I'm quite interested in: Showgunners. No, it isn't about people who dress up as shoguns. It's about a futuristic reality show where people kill each other. Turn-based tactics, visually kind of stunning for this perspective, and nice brutal animations. Plus, it was only released in 2023, and it's already 70% off, and it's sitting at a very positive 93% if it only has more than 1,300 reviews on Steam. Next up, another one I've mentioned before, Bang On Balls Chronicles. I'm mentioning it again because I and a friend played it, and it's surprisingly open world. To an extent, you travel the globe as a globe. Plus, it was only released in 2023, and already 60% off. Not the best discount, but manageable, especially since it reviews very well, as it's sitting on 96% overwhelmingly positive with over 4,000 reviews on Steam. Speaking of traveling the world, how about getting stranded on an island with some cannibals? With 15 places, Sons of the Forest. Sure, it may never reach overwhelmingly positive like its predecessor did, but still reviews very well, as it's sitting on very positive 87% with over 226,000 reviews on Steam. And it's 66% off, which is very good for something that has the release date of 2024. From being a castaway to setting sail. In 14th place, we have Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew, the latest game by Mimimi to use the stealth mechanics of Shadow Tactics, but with a supernatural pirate theme. It reviews well enough at 92% very positive with over 3,900 reviews on Steam, and it's 75% off even though it was released 2023. A vast heat. In 13th place, we have a rather unknown gem, Dungeons of Hinterberg, the cel-shaded action-adventure game in a magical version of the Alps. Unknown because it only has 1,600 reviews on Steam, but in all fairness, 94% very positive. Sure, it's only 60% off, but it was only released in 2024. In 12th place, let's add some local co-op on. Plate Up, the roguelite restaurant game. Maybe it's like Overcooked, but more sedate themed. 70% off, even though it was only released in 2022, and it reviews well as it is 94% very positive with over 15,000 reviews, so people must think it's tasty. In 11th place, a rather big ticket item, Atomic Heart. I've heard people call this a game for those looking for another Bioshock. Controversy aside, it's 70% off, even though it was only released in 2023, and it reviews quite well as it has 82% very positive on Steam with over 29,000 reviews. In 10th place, another game I've mentioned before, RoboCop Rogue City, but it's even more pertinent now because it's even cheaper now, as it's 90% off, even though it was only released in 2023, and it reviews well enough as it has 87% very positive with over 16,000 reviews on Steam. It's nice when movie IPs get turned into a good game. In 9th place, because I love classic survival horror, we have You Will Die Here Tonight, the top-down first-person hybrid that obviously resembles Resident Evil. It was only released in 2023, and already it's 75% off, and it reviews fairly well as it's standing on 92% very positive, even though it has only been reviewed by 471 people on Steam. I feel it's worth giving a shot. Absolutely. In 8th place, a game I mentioned in the Winter Sale episode, Psychonauts 2. Here because it's incredibly creative and beloved, sitting on 95% overwhelmingly positive with over 11,000 reviews. And while it isn't that new, it was released in 2021, it's 80% off. I'm not gonna make an obvious gag about Psychosis. In 7th place, we have Hyperdemon. Why? First off, just look at this trippy mess. And it does review quite well, 94% very positive, with over 2,600 reviews. Not the most well-known game, but it was released only in 2022, and already it's 75% off, which is particularly notable because its predecessor, Devil Daggers, rarely goes on sale. It's on sale now, so maybe grab it if you're looking for more of the same, but last year, because generally speaking, these games don't hold your attention for long. Ideally, you get them on a sale. In 6th place, a rather nice surprise, Little Nightmares 2. Sure, not that new, as it was released in 2021, but it's already 90% off, and it reviews well as it's sitting on 93% very positive with over 36,000 reviews. So if you're looking for cute horror, okay, well, I don't know if this is a good choice for that. It seems creepier than the first one, so if you're looking for that, definitely give it a shot. Man-Dome stretches horror heavy. In 5th place, we have the big ticket remake of Deadspace. Why put it so high? Well, it reviews well enough, 91% very positive, with over 45,000 reviews on Steam, so it seems the remake was done well. Not only that, it was only released in 2023, and already it's 80% off. Really takes the sting out of that ludicrous full price. 4th place, a fast-paced indie delight, Severed Steel, where you all run and jump and shoot things on the go. I played this personally, it's very good. Sure, it was released in 2021, but it's 90% off, and I'm not the only one who loves it because it's sitting on 95% overwhelmingly positive, with over 6,000 reviews, which is respectable. In 3rd place, the brilliant Forgotten City, also released in 2021, but it's 75% off, and it gets very good reviews as well, 96% overwhelmingly positive, with over 9,600 reviews. And I agree with the delightful Roman version of Groundhog Day. And in 2nd place, our oldest title, but in some ways one of the biggest tickets, Cyberpunk 2077. Why include this? Well, it's 65% off, resembling cheap enough to give a go now, I would say, especially since the review score seems to back up the claims that the game has improved since its disastrous launch, as course, it's sitting on 85% very positive, with over 753,000 reviews on Steam. Good job on rebounding. And in first place, yet another survival horror game, Resident Evil Village. Sure, it was released kinda late, 2021, but 75% off, and people just love it. 95% overwhelmingly positive, with more than 83,000 reviews on Steam. And since I love survival horror so much, I'm just gonna follow their lead like a zombie. Thanks for watching, and please, have fun shopping, but shop responsibly. Or at the very least, think very carefully when buying something that isn't at least 50% off, and even that's pushing it.